Gladys Rodriguez stood in front of Judge Caprio that morning with 9 traffic violations on her record. 9 red lights, speeding tickets, the kind of pattern that doesn't look good on paper. Judge Caprio looked at her file, then at her, and said quietly, "Gladys, what are we going to do with you?" She worked as a recruiter for a staffing agency. She had a 9-year-old daughter in school, and when Judge Caprio asked about all those violations, she took a breath and said something he wasn't expecting. "I dealt with a domestic violence relationship," she said. "I did a lot of those lights running away from somebody that used to chase me with my daughter." Judge Caprio paused. Inspector Quinn had already looked into her case, had found some police reports, some damage to her vehicle that backed up what she was saying. He leaned over and told Judge Caprio that some of the violations lined up with that, but probably not all of them. There was also another plate in the system from years back that didn't quite fit the story. Judge Caprio addressed her directly. "Gladys, we are very sensitive to matters involving personal safety, particularly people who are being stalked for whatever reason. And that's very personal with you, so we're not going to get into that at all." His voice was matter-of-fact, but not unkind. "But we understand that," he continued. "Many of these were not related to anything else except that you violated the traffic laws. Some maybe because of a state of mind that you had, could have had some effect on your driving, but certainly not all of these." She nodded. She knew that. She wasn't trying to get out of everything. She just wanted him to understand the context. Judge Caprio moved forward. "So I'm going to now inquire into your ability to pay these fines." She confirmed she was working, that she was raising her daughter alone. He could see she was struggling, trying to hold things together while dealing with more than most people have to handle. "I can understand you're going through some difficulty," he said. "And that's why we're going to try to help you out." He reached for some letters on his desk. He explained that he receives correspondence from people all over the world who watch the court proceedings online. Many of them send checks, asking him to use his discretion to help someone in need. He picked up the first letter. "I have a correspondence from an individual by the name of Joseph Badass from Kingston, Pennsylvania, and he sent me a check for $100. He said the name straight, and you could hear a few quiet laughs in the courtroom. "He's asking that I use this, exercising my discretion, but that I do it by exercising some compassion and empathy." Gladys was listening, but she hadn't quite processed what was happening yet. "Your fine is going to be a total of $350, Judge Caprio said. "I'm going to use that $100 to help pay your fine." He picked up another letter. "Additionally, I'm going to employ the generosity of a second, and that is the Field family of Phoenix, Arizona. They sent me a check for $75. These people are both immigrants, and they want to help someone else who is in need." You could see it register on her face now. $350 was a lot when you're raising a kid alone. $75 from strangers was real money, real help. Judge Caprio wasn't done. "And then lastly, I have a check from Costa Mesa, California, from Zeno Mueller Coaching. Asked me to use my discretion to help someone who is in need and sent in a check for $50. He did the math out loud. "So I'm going to use those 3 checks, and that comes to $225. So you're going to owe $125. There was a moment of silence. Gladys stood there, taking it in. 3 people she'd never met, from Pennsylvania, Arizona, and California, had sent money to help someone like her. Judge Caprio had chosen to use it for her. "Can I give you a hug?" she asked, her voice quiet. "Come on up here," he said. She walked to the bench, and they embraced briefly. It wasn't a dramatic moment, just a sincere one. When she stepped back, Judge Caprio asked, "Relax. Feel better now?" She nodded. "Thank you, I appreciate it." The fine was still there, but it was manageable now. She'd been running from someone who made her feel unsafe, trying to protect her daughter, trying to work and keep everything together. And in a courtroom in Providence, Judge Caprio and 3 strangers she'd never meet helped carry some of that weight. Sometimes the system remembers it's dealing with people, and sometimes people remember to help each other, even from a distance.